Hiya lovelies, or welcome if you're new here, I'm Linz. So I am attempting to make something today that I've never made before. So it could turn out to be a complete disaster, but we'll see. If it does, it does, and it will just give us some sort of learning steps for the next time. But basically, I've seen a bit of a recipe for sort of salmon, what would you call them? Salmon fish cakes, I suppose. And yeah, I saved some mashed potato from last night's dinner. I've made up some breadcrumbs, and these are surprisingly simple to do. Basically, I had 2 pieces of just normal bread out of the pack, and I popped it, I had 3 pieces, and I popped it into the Ninja on dehydrate at 80 Celsius for about half an hour. Break it up first, put it in for about half an hour, and then just put it in through. I've got like a mini food processor thing that it went through, and that's how I made the breadcrumbs. Also, I'm going to be using just a can of red salmon. Then I'm also going to be using 2 beaten up eggs. So I'm going to bring you down and we're going to have a look at what's going on. So in this bowl here, first off, I am going to be adding the potato. This was already seasoned and had butter and things put through it before, or when I mashed it up, should I say. I'm just going to break it up a little bit. Now, just on, this is so versatile, you could put anything in here, but I have a tiny piece of fresh parsley and a little bit of dill that I managed to salvage out of the garden. I'm going to put that in there. Then I am just going to give a light sprinkle of white ground pepper. Just give that a little bit of a mix. To go with this today, I suppose I'm putting some work into sort of like the main part of the dinner, so I'm being very lazy with the other part, which is just a rice packet thing that you add water to. Not the favourite, but I am just a little bit tired at the minute of chips. So now I'm going to add this in. This does have all its bones and bits, but they're all just going to mash in together. This could be done as well with tuna, would be maybe a good one, but I'm not a major fan of tin tuna when it's, how do you put it, when it's heated. I prefer fresh tuna for that, but yeah, the bank says no. So I think that was only maybe €1 or so, that wee tin of salmon. Now I'm hoping to get about 4 out of these, and I'm only going to be using 2. And because everything's already cooked, then I might be able to freeze them. Don't know. Now, hopefully, this is going to form together that I'm going to be able to make wee sort of patties out of it. So I'm going to probably make more mess than I need to, but hey. I have washed my hands properly just before anybody freaks out at me. So let's see, shall we? What will I get out of that? Karate chop it, there we go. And yeah, I have unique ways of doing things, lovelies. So just give them, if you have wee moulds or something, you could probably use that, but why make life any more complicated or buy anything more expensive? Most of us are still paying for our ninjas, never mind anything else. I reckon that would probably just about do. Maybe I've made it a bit too big. stay together. You could add a touch of the milk in with this as well as a binder, but I didn't really want to do that into the main mix. So yeah, they're not the same shape, but they will do. They look homemade. I get another 2 out of that maybe. Feel free to skip forward past the playing with very fishy smelling, may I add, fish cakes. Now, basically with these, I'm going to put them onto this wee purple board here when I've done them. And we see, and I move this without actually touching. There we go. Right, here is the breadcrumb, and here, just get rid of that and put that into the bowl, is the whisked egg. So what I want to do is just put them, it's trickier than it looks, and then we'll go on to throw and pat them on quite well because I don't want them flying around in the air fryer. Might have just blitzed them a little bit too much. They're very fine. Yeah, on. Come on. It's a messy job. You could probably double dip them, but I'm not going to bother. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish these off and then we'll come back when I'm popping them in the air fryer. Now, lovelies, they're all finished up. I'll bring these down so you can actually see properly like that. So as I said, there's 4. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to stick the air fryer on now to air fry, and I would like that to preheat because I'm just scared that when I pop them in there, they might just go if it's not hot. As I said, I've never done these before, so I don't know if it's going to work. So I'm going to shove that on for a minute. With the other 2 I have left, these are containers that just came from Chinese, you know, when we've been lucky enough to have any. So what I'm going to do is I am going to pop these in here like that, and that there I am going to pop into the freezer for another time. So handy, 2 meals. We're meal prepping today, lovelies. I will be back when this has preheated, and then we're going to shove them in and hope for the best. All right, this is doing its cool down. So I'm going to stop it. I'm going to pull the drawer out and hope that these don't sink down to the bottom. Hold on a sec. Oh. Now, lovelies, that is them in the drawer. Come up. Now I'm going to put that back on to the air fryer setting, which is 200 Celsius for, hold on, for 15 minutes, and then we'll see. They might not need any more than that because bear in mind everything in these, apart from that tiny bit of egg on the outside, is already cooked. So we'll see how it goes. We have about 5 minutes on that, but I just want to give them a check. Just clean off that. Just to make sure. I might flip them over, we'll see. Ooh, not too bad looking that. Now, can I? Oh, they're staying together now, which is great. You can't see, that's better. Now they're not looking too bad. So we'll just pop them back in there for the last 5 minutes. That's away, and I'll be back when they're finished. This has just finished, so we're going to have a look. Ooh, they're looking quite good, you know, guys. Look at that. I am just going to give them a probe and just see what we're looking like temperature-wise in the middle. Oh, wow. 97 degrees on that one. 98 degrees on that one. So I think it's safe to say that they are definitely cooked. So I am going to dish these up, and then we're going to come back for a taste test. There it is. There is my salmon fish cake dinner. And you know what? I think on reflection, if you maybe sprayed that with a tiny, sorry guys, tiny little bit of oil, it would just make it look that more appealing. But I think, you know, for ingredients there that worked out as maybe 50 cents a fish cake, not going to go too far wrong there. So we'll show you, cut it open. Ooh. Have a look. Back up. I can't bend like that. My back's bad enough as it is. We've got a bit falling off. Hold on. That is fabulous. I can get the creaminess coming through of the potato with the butter mix in. I can get the salmon, but it's not overly salmony, and just a slight touch of them herbs. Wow, I am impressed. Just to add a little touch of something else to it, I'm going to be adding some sweet chili sauce because, yeah, why not? Love these. Experiment. I mean, what I would say about this is, was 15 minutes a little bit too long? Go on by them internal temperatures, maybe, but any less and you wouldn't have that kind of brown look on them. So I don't know. Let me know if you make something similar to this. If you do, I don't know whether it would be possible for you to put the recipe down in the comments. That would be great. If anybody's made it this far, they're still watching. Lovelies, I'm going to go now and enjoy my salmon fish cake. And I really hope you all have a good day, night, wherever you are. And yeah, just take care and we'll see you soon.